Jesus prophesied that many false prophets will arise. It is possible to perceive a first-century biblical fulfillment for these words. Jesus prophesied, many false prophets will arise and deceive many. Jesus then added, addressing his first-century disciples, truly I say to you, that this generation will by no means pass away until all these things take place. Jesus prophesied specifically that false prophets will arise and deceive. A bit later in the first century, it was written in Acts about a certain man who was a magician, a Jewish false prophet, who was described as full of all deceit. So here, a bit later in the first century, a false prophet will have had already arisen, being full of all deceit, which could have only led him to deceive. Jesus prophesied that many false prophets will arise and deceive many. Later in the first century, it was written in 1 John that at that time, many false prophets have gone out into the world. And I wrote these things to you concerning the ones deceiving you. So here, at that point later in the first century, many false prophets had gone out into the world. And it was added in 1 John that he wrote these things concerning the ones deceiving you. You being a plural here. So the you will be many.